Hey folks, this is Aaron from Lincoln Vlogs. I wanted to spend some time promoting one of my books that I have out, How to Sell Your Business. It's available on Amazon and Kindle in both a paperback and an ebook, and I'll include that information on the description section of this, so it's there. I'm not sure if I can attach a link, but I'll get the necessary information. What it essentially describes is, of course, is my 30-some years of business experience and business brokerage work. And for those of you out there looking to consider selling your business opportunity, whether that's with real estate or not, and given the myriad of circumstances, this will help. It's a step-by-step process, all of my years of experience uploaded into the book, and will answer all of your questions regarding the process and what to expect from the crazy buyers and of course employees, and to where you go from here. So the first chapter is just an introspective, and I'll read that now, and it gives you a little bit of an overview of the process. But we'll take it step by step in the book, and as I said, you can go online to Amazon and Kindle and get it from there. I have another book also. It's called How to Buy a Business. Very informative, same concept, same structure, just basically step-by-step understanding of the process, the target that you're seeking, financing, and how to go about negotiating prices, values, those kinds of things as well. So give it a look. I've got some other books posted on there as well that I'll get around to getting those up on here on my site as we go. Of course, you can also go to my website, which is toopredictable.com, and see some of my other works there as well. But getting back to this, How to Sell Your Business, Chapter 1, the introspective. I've spent the greater part of my life working in the business world of some type, from owning to selling, buying, consulting, observing, and to crashing as well. It's all part of the process, and so I can speak from those experiences that allow me to categorize and list the steps involved for you as the owner of your business and baby to make this a smooth transition of your life. The transition, of course, from one chapter to another. There are many reasons why you have arrived at this decision in life, even though this may not have quite reached that stage of finality or conclusion, which is good enough. You're demonstrating a high level of intelligence simply by reading the book, at least acknowledging your subconscious thoughts that do tend to direct us through life without real clear evidence to that effect. The mechanism could be a subtle nuance enough to stick, or give us reason to scratch. Below the surface is what is bothering you. Why do I want to sell? Please review the enclosed reasons for considering the idea of selling your business. I believe this will be a good first step in the decision-making process. My experience has shown me that many business owners make this decision approximately 5 years too late in their life for a variety of reasons, many of which have to do with a myopic view of life, with one's nose to the grindstone and no time to think or plan, merely to meet deadlines between coffees, booze, or heart attacks. Good luck with that. Don't be one of those candidates and have the burden of being forced to sell, dumped on the spouse of either sex. Many spouses have suffered equally through the years of life on a roller coaster. Therefore, when the owner or operator goes flying out of the roller coaster seat for not properly securing oneself, then not only have to suffer the loss, but also are forced to assume a role they typically are not familiar with: death. This is especially true because these single-minded workhorses kept everything tightly held within. No one on the planet could do what they do. Better luck with that one. Now that same spouse, formerly kept in the dark regarding such matters, is grieving, lost, confused, and now becomes responsible for daily operations of your former world as well. On the bright side, at least now you will know what it's like to be silently cursed while in your grave. Furthermore, the children who've always thought you were crazy while you slaved to keep them in cars and iPhones scatter like cockroaches at the mention of work. Don't be that fool and begin to work smart. Finally, just because you wish to sell your business and you believe everyone on earth is ready to write you a check, get off the sauce and think otherwise. This process could take as much as 5 years or more. Yes, it could be longer. You may sell in 30 days, but you may also commit to manage the business for additional years as part of the sale. There's a few timely reminders to begin the process of selling your business. Never say never. Always listen to what buyers are offering or suggesting, as it may be the perfect solution for you. Or those proposals may not work at all, but the important thing is to listen. And if in fact the solution satisfies both buyer and seller, then consider the proposition. Know your suitor. Please keep in mind that for most sellers, this is a huge learning curve, and one would want to learn as much as one can about the process without wasting much of one's time, of course. For every reason one may wish to sell, there is a buyer with a specific need to buy and a specific purpose to the acquisition. One may wish to read my other publication, How to Buy a Business. Win-win is what you seek in a sale. So lose the attitude because you have inadvertently taken on a new partner in an acquisition of one's business. I'm not suggesting you necessarily do this, but always be open to the new structured deal because most likely you have never done this before. Additionally, the buyer may need your expertise in going forward. Offer that experience up front. By doing so, one can easily break down any fears that the buyer may have in an upcoming transition period, as well as to ease any fears that the buyer may have that a seller is trying to dump a losing proposition. Many buyers can be more than skeptical of sellers. Conversely, a seller may wish to withhold patents, proprietary methods, formulas, or even recipes from the new owner, for that matter, until the seller is paid in full and the final terms of any agreement are complied with completely. Prepared to be shocked. Yes, a simple proposition, but nonetheless the truth. In other words, someone in the galaxy may not have the same opinion of value about your business as you do, especially if you've been skimming some of that value right off the top to avoid the feds, and yet expect your unsuspecting buyer to look the other way. That will not happen. Your recorded cash flows may not sufficiently support the business profitability requirements, let alone the borrower's debt service from his lender. Asset value may be all that you can muster in value, tangible or otherwise. Do not write that check. In seeking further counsel or advice in the matter of a sale of one's business holdings, do not be readily sucked in by a business broker or expert that you intend to hire for the purposes of conducting a fee appraisal of one's business. There is a direct correlation between writing a fat check for such expertise and an immediate feel-good response to the newly inflated value of one's business, according to the experts. Do not be drawn in by this shell game of feeding the ego. Do not let that happen. There are many out there who will look to drain you of tens of thousands of dollars to tell you exactly what your business is worth. This in spite of the fact that they could not find you a single buyer who would in fact pay you what they state it's worth. Make them prove it. Timing. Do not underestimate the value of this concept. This could be the difference between a sale or no sale. National and international economies, trade deals and trade wars, growth patterns, inflation, or deflationary cycles all contribute to the health of a market. Even a presidential election can have far-reaching implications. In early 2008, many business owners cited the election of Obama as their main reason for selling their business. This reaction, right or wrong, was based in part on the sense that these business owners relied on for years, was that this man was going to be bad for business. And not necessarily for business growth, but business regulations, all of which came true. Your product or service could also be on a course of obsolescence, and you may not know it. Competition has spread internationally like wildfire. Technologies are affecting business models more than one could ever imagine, and I cannot emphasize this enough to the business owner of today. The downward pressure from technologies is on par with an equal force of competition. Capital to grow one's business is becoming a greater challenge, in part because of the downturn in the economy and the increase in banking regulations. This inadvertently placed a squeeze on American businesses that had relied on banks for their sources of capital. Credit lines were severely or dramatically reduced because of the heavy hand of government. Thus, competitors with large pools of private capital supplanted those who did not. Just some simple things to keep in mind. And of course, the book details more, going through chapter of the entire process. So look forward to you reaching out to my website, toopredictable.com, where you can get some further information, or going to Amazon Kindle and finding both of the books there along with my other published works. And I'll provide some additional information on my description for this page as well. So good luck with your new year and your endeavor to consider selling your business. Thank you.